Welcome back to our How to ISO series, week 10. This week we're going to look at the importance of reviewing and evaluating progress of the implementation project as you're implementing a management system to meet the requirements of an ISO standard. Okay, so in earlier episodes we've been really encouraging you to start thinking about implementation as a project, planning your approach to the project, getting senior management endorsement and support, and it would then seem logical or natural that yes, or if you look at any kind of project management methodology or training, they will always advocate the importance of reviewing and evaluating how the project is going, in this case the implementation project. And that's what we're going to do today. So why it's important, how we might go about it as well. Okay, that's the results of a survey that we have popped up in previous slides. Yes, it's identifying why projects tend to fail. A survey done by the Project Management Institute. So clearly there are risks in the project of implementing a management system. Therefore, it's important that it really emphasises the importance of that review and evaluation. How's it all going? We're going to advocate that you get some of your senior management involved in the evaluation process as well. So how do we go about it? Start at the bottom there. If you have seen our earlier videos, particularly the one on an implementation plan or a gap analysis on one week, and then the next week it had an implementation plan to help you put together an implementation plan to support your management system. It's really saying, what we're advocating here is those kind of review and evaluation steps, however you go about it, and we'll take you through a certain approach right now, actually include them in your implementation plan. Identify certain milestones or certain points during the implementation where you really need to sit together as either a project team, a management system project team, as well as at certain points we'll advocate actually having senior management review progress as well. Now, let's start with the project team. That's where we can go through the bulk of the review, and we'll talk about what we might review, but primarily we're going to be looking at the actions as planned, what's been progressed, are we on track, what are the barriers, risks, things like that as well. Now, you can see in the last point there, it's talking about I'm calling it a management review, but we need senior management involved at some points. In our project team, hopefully we've already got a executive sponsor or senior management representative, but we even advocate go a step further than that at certain points, and you don't need to drown them in detail, but at certain points in the implementation, let's actually get the senior management involved in reviewing the progress and implementation and how it's all going. Good reasons for that we'll cover right now. We've called this a management review. You can call it whatever you want, senior management project review, or whatever you want to call it. Now, and yes, management review is a term from the standards. I do see a lot of organisations where someone's tasked to implement the management system. They go through the whole process of designing and developing it, trying to implement it, and then say, well, we might actually do our first management review 12 months down the track after it's been implemented. We're saying, no, bring that right forward. Get senior management involved early, get them involved, and don't need to drown them in detail. You can report more by exception as to what some of the challenges are, for example, but get them actively involved for all the reasons we've been talking about in this series, because and we've talked right through this series about top management support being critical, and this is a great opportunity for them to show their commitment as well, which external auditors will look at. And if they can see that, yes, senior management have been involved in reviews several times throughout implementation, that's showing a really good level of commitment. But yes, when we get senior management there, yes, they're time poor, but let's really focus in. We've already had our project team meetings on. So you need to do a bit of planning for this. What are the key issues that we really need senior management support from? What are the barriers? What are the challenges, the risks, the opportunities, etc., etc.? What's the progress on actions in the implementation plan or the challenges there, as well as resourcing. How is all that going? Because yes, we talked about putting together a business case up front in an earlier video, identifying a lot of this, the risks, the opportunities, etc., etc., and the resources particularly. having senior management involved in an evaluation stage of the project, again, some of those things early on we were estimating or putting our best judgment forward on the risks, the opportunities, the resources needed, and important to have senior management involved in the review of that because some of that can change. Okay, as well as senior managements can have a great role in helping us, in lending their authority to any of the barriers or challenges we are facing as we implement the system as well. Okay, as always, any of the resources we mention during this How to ISO series, you'll always find on our webpage, irmsystems.com.au, under the resources area. There's even, on that resources page, there's even a title, How to ISO. They're free to download. We don't ask for your email, anything like that. Feel free to reach out and contact us if you need any support or if you've got any particular questions you want an opinion on. We're happy to help with that. Thanks for watching.